everybody, Mike McWilliams, Upstairs to the Right Music. I want to take you down memory lane to 2011. I am in the studio and I'm producing my first solo album for myself, The Sower. For you out there who are too young to know what these are called CDs. In any case, at that time, I really had one guitar. I had my trusty 84 Telecaster that served me well for many years. And I really didn't have a lot of effects pedals. This album, when I was recording it to tape because there was a certain analog sound that I wanted to get out of it. And I didn't want to use a DAW. And most of the guitar effects that I had were in the DAW. So I had to run out and find myself an effects pedal that I could use. And I went to a secondhand shop and I came across this. Excuse the dirtiness of this, but I haven't pulled it out for years. It's a little dusty. It's a Zoom 606. So using this pedal on that album, I achieved a lot of really gorgeous tones. Particularly, I'm proud of the sound of the solo for the title track, The Sower. That came out of using this pedal here. Liked it so much that when it came time for me to do my live show, I went out and bought a huge Zoom pedal, the G7. So when I played live, either with my black telly or my red telly, this was the pedal board that I used. What else have we got here? So many others. I got the smaller versions of those. I even have an even older one than the first that I showed you. This is one of the first all-in-one pedals, actually, also by Zoom. So these are all Zoom pedals, all-in-one pedals. And so recently I started to reflect upon the fact that I had this wonderful collection of individual pedals that I acquired over time, over the course of a decade. And I hadn't used them in the way that they were meant to be used on a pedal board that reflects a sound that's me. You see, a pedal board for a guitar player, as you know, or you should know, that reflects that guitar player. That reflects that person's desire in terms of sonically, in terms of personality even to some extent. You know, I used to spend hours sitting around programming these stupid things. And I think that's why, you know, after realizing that that was time that I could have spent really playing or practicing or writing instead, I don't want to go back to those days. You would think that I would be a natural candidate to move on to the Kempers and the Axe Effects and those pedals, but to be frank with you, I have no interest in these. Even these older ones, they had amp modeling in it. Of course, the DAW that I have just, you know, I have a lot of plug-ins. So this is actually going to be the first pedal board that I've ever built. This is a collection of pedals that I have gathered over time. They reflect sonically where I want to go, where I want to be. They reflect me as an individual artist in terms of you know, what I hear in my head. Each one of these pedals individually and collectively will take me there. I have no doubt I don't have to model profile amps anymore. I don't have to deal with all of, you know, sitting there and tweaking programs and stuff like that. No. Really old-fashioned, old school, but you know what? I've come to the conclusion, full circle, into realizing that this is probably the best way to go, at least for me and my personal taste. Your mileage may vary. So anyway, without any further ado, let's take a look at this pedal board and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I've got. So first up is my tuner. A lot of tuners out there that you can use. This is the one that I grabbed out of my box of pedals that I decided to use for this board. I like this one. I've been using it for quite a while, so it works for me. Next up is the Dan Electro Efficient Chips. A great 7-band EQ. I like it. What I have it set with the level all the way up and kick that in, it gives me an additional boost to my signal when I need it. I can do some tone shaping with the 7-band EQ when I need to do it. Like if I want to try to get that, for example, Boston tone, there's a lot of things that you can do shaping your EQ with that in order to help achieve that tone. So it's a great thing to have. Next up is the breakdown. The breakdown is a very practical tool in front of an amp as an always-on tone conditioner or as a kick-in boost. I like to keep it in the #1 position just as a tone conditioner. It's always on, you know, so it's something that I can just kick on. I don't have to think about it. It's always going to be on. I love the sound of it. A great pedal. Everybody knows the MXR Phase 90. Pretty much what speaks for itself. If you want to start getting those Van Halen tones, you got to have yourself a Phase 90. This next one is the Catalina Bread, the Royal Albert Hall pedal. This pedal is designed to emulate Jimmy Page's Royal Albert Hall high watt and Marshall setup. It is a fantastic pedal for getting Zeppelin tones. It is the quintessential Zeppelin in a box. It can do a lot of other things, but it does that best. Next up is the Echoplex delay. As you know, I own an actual Echoplex EP3, but for all intents and purposes, for what I use it for giving a very short delay going into an overdrive, something that Van Halen did on his, you can hear that on some tracks on the first Van Halen album. It's really great for that. It comes with the tap tempo, so if I want to get those delays in a certain time when I'm recording, I've got that option. Next up is my very, very reliable overdrive pedal from AYA. AYA is a small builder out of Tokyo. This one is no longer in production anymore. I think it's about 10, 12 years old. Pretty worn, as you can see. It's actually the first individual overdrive pedal that I ever bought. This thing is a very transparent overdrive, coupled with the little bit of delay going into this thing. Man, you can get Van Halen tones with the Phase 90 going in through all that. Great Van Halen tones you can get out of this thing, you know, first album tones. Last but not least is my most expensive pedal. This is a version 1 Marshall Bluesbreaker pedal. As you can see, extremely clean one. It still has all of its original parts to it. Hasn't been scuffed up. Just an absolute joy to have. It is crazy the amount of money that these are going for now. I am glad to have one. It is a fantastic sounding, I guess, Marshall in a box in a way. In particular, the Marshall Bluesbreaker. You know, what was that? The Marshall. Anyway, one of the Marshall Bluesbreaker amp that it emulates. Nothing like it. There's a whole cottage industry of copycats and derivative pedals from this one, but like Marvin Gaye saying, nothing like the real thing, baby, and I'm glad to have one. Okay, so here's the pedal board all wired up, all powered up, and ready to go. I'm really excited for it. It sounds great. I will certainly be featuring it in future shows, so you'll get to hear how it sounds. Probably go through each and every one of the different sound combinations you can get out of this board. That'll be an exciting show in itself. But to keep this particular segment today short, just want to show it all wired up and ready to go. Thank you very much for watching today. I want to move on to viewer mail. I've got something really cool to share with everybody that was given to me. So let's move on to that right now. Okay, it's time to do a little bit of viewer mail. This is actually the first bit of viewer mail that I've ever gotten on this channel, and I gotta tell you, I'm kind of psyched about it. I really am starting to feel like a real YouTube channel here with really a great group of supporters. This package comes all the way from Canada from our good channel friend Funky Pat. As you know, Funky Pat was the winner of our first giveaway, and he felt he would kick a little bit of love back this way, and I appreciate it very much. So let's open it up and see what we got here. I have no idea. He didn't tell me what it was. He wanted me to open it live on air, so to speak. So that is what I am going to do. Take a look here and see what we got. Super well packed. You must have a little bit of Japanese in them. You know how well they pack stuff. Oh, wow. 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 Folks, you're kidding me. Are you serious? Are you serious? Whoa, man. Talk about awesome. Look at these 12AX7 tubes. Look. You guys see? 12AX7 tubes. Look at that. Holy molies. Man, Funky Pat, really? Seriously, man? And it's funny. Wow. And that is hilarious because we just got finished doing the last show was about tubes. Wow. Well, I got tubes here I ain't never heard of. All 12AX7. Oh, man. Look at this. Holy molies. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. No way. No way. Let me see if I can get this in better focus here so you guys can see. No way. No way. This. Now he said, now is there a letter in here? Is there? He's got to have a letter in here. Before we open the other ones up, let's read the letter. So the letter says, "Hey Mike, this is a true gift for vintage tone seekers. When I saw you modifying your wangs, the first thought I had was this guy would really love to visit my vintage tube collection. So I did this for you. Well, that being said, if you want to rock old school, you need the real deal. Some clothes are tested in matched pairs of vintage JJECC 83s. Perfect for that true warmth. They should break nicely on overdrive. Enjoy and keep me posted. Patrick, Funky Pat. P.S. I fear TJ's pickups might be a bit scratchy." Talking about my pickups that my cat TJ is working on. He's still working on them, Funky Pat. Like I said, he just has to gather enough whiskers to get 5,000 windings. Man, I'm going to have to rethink. Absolutely, these are going into the wang. I mean, no doubt, 100%, these bad boys are going into the wang, and dang well going into that V2 position on my modified Laney for sure. Sure beats out what I got in there right now. Whoa, man, look at these. Oh, no way. No way, man. You didn't have to do this. This is the nicest gift. Honestly, seriously, guys, this is the nicest gift I've ever gotten. I mean, and I'm not downplaying any of the gifts that I've gotten in the past, but in terms of just all in all, just thoughtful, timely, you name it. My gosh. And he gave me enough here so I can try a couple of them, you know, put a couple of them in and you know, see which one works, because, you know, tubes are finicky monsters. One will work in one amp and might not work in another. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. Man, Funky Pat, you are top on my awesome list. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. These are priceless, man. You sure you want to give these up, dude? You really? Whoa, look at this. Look at this. My goodness gracious, he's given me so... Funky Pat, you are more than generous. This is overly generous. This is, oh my gosh. This is overly generous. Guys, here, let me zoom in here so you can take a look here and see what we've got. Look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Holy molies, man. It is the friggin' motherlode of awesome tubeness. Man, just thank you. Thank you, my man. Thank you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will absolutely 100% use these. No friggin' doubt, man. No doubt. I'm going to take this whole weekend just to go through these in my amps, man. Starting with that wang, man, and then work my way through. So, man, this is just awesome. This is awesome. I don't know what to say other than thank you so much, Funky Pat. Thank you, Patrick. I want to thank you so much, man, for this. This is the most generous thing that I'm really, really, really touched. I cannot express to you how kind and how awesome you are for sending this to me. And God bless you, man. Thank you very much. I will absolutely, I guarantee you that these will be used and cherished and kept. That's just a fact, man. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. That is just awesome.
Like the show? Well, show your support by subscribing and hitting the like button. See you later.